was able to live beyond the age of 30 years old. Upon hearing this, Muzan ridiculed him, as even with all their efforts, and even with the thousands of people killed by Muzan, he has never been punished. Kagaya, however, questions him about his dreams, which make Muzan uncomfortable, who also notes that there are only 4 humans present in the mansion: Kagaya, his wife, and 2 children who are currently playing nearby. Muzan's dream is to be indestructible, and it will come true once he gets his hands on Nezuko. Noting that she's been rather harsh for their first meeting.
Oh my god, Shinobu's gonna get bodied.
Shinobu must have been through something quite difficult, pitying her and suggesting he listens to what she has to say about it.
Nope,
Shinobu
I can't take that part.
Clutches her Haori and growls that Doma was the one who had killed her sister,
Doma, I see how it
fiercely
is.
demanding if he has no memories of
I'll
this
slap
specific
Doma.
Haori.
I will slap.
Doma then recalls Kana as
slap
the
you
girl who used the flower
fancy-ass
breathing,
hat.
stating his regrets over not being able to eat her before
What you looking
sunrise.
at, bro?
Shinobu
Swear to
cuts him
God.
off with a
What the
strike
hell
to
you
his
looking
eye
at?
with her
Hey,
insect
bro, I'm trying to get through.
dance of the beast
Yo, move
and
your bitch
true
ass
flutter.
Yo, watch
Doma
out.
compliments that
Yo,
it
I'm
was so
trying to get
fast
through
he
to
couldn't
magical
prevent it
road,
with
bro.
his
Watch
hand.
out.
He then unleashes
Whoa.
his demon art, Frozen
Bruh.
Lotus. Shinobu backflips and dodges. However, she inhales
Yeah,
some of the
where
ice
is he?
powder that he had scattered about. Doma compliments that she was
wait, hold
fast,
on.
but he states that she wouldn't be able to kill a
He's offline
demon
still.
with stabs, and the slicing of the neck was the best option
Hey,
to go with.
yo.
To this, Shinobu responds
Bro,
that if a
want some of that
stab wound
good,
didn't
good,
kill
good
him,
shit.
poison would. Just as the wisteria poison goes into effect, he falls onto the floor
Hey, bruh,
and hacks up
move on my
blood,
way.
telling Shinobu
Try-
that this poison
try-
was much stronger
try-
than the one she had
bruh,
used at the
I'm
mountain,
trying to-
saying
Yo,
that Muzan had warned him
move.
that she changes her poisons for every demon she faces.
Trying to.
Doma quickly breaks down the poison, widely grinning as he apologizes that he has broken down the poison, even though she had gone to the effort to use it on him. He comments that Shinobu's katana
Eat
made a
her,
distinctive
eat
sound
her,
whenever she
eat
sheaths
her,
it.
eat
He wonders
her,
aloud
eat her,
if that's how she
eat her,
changes the
eat her.
concentration of the poison. He clasps his hands
Fucking
together
brother,
and
fuck you,
joyfully
fucking
explains
bitch.
how it was fun and interesting to get poisoned, and how it may become a sort of habit. He asks Shinobu whether she thinks the next poison formulation would work, excitedly asking for her to try it out. Shinobu notes, though, that it was already speculated beforehand that he would most likely be able to break the poison down.
Eat her
Doma recalls his
now.
past and his childhood, born with rainbow-colored eyes and white hair. He was believed to be
I don't
special
give a
and
fuck.
connected to God.
Just eat
His
her,
parents, whom he
please.
considered stupid, arranged a cult with him at the
Please.
head called the Eternal Paradise
Please.
Cult. Worshippers flocked to Doma to repent their issues and problems in life, hoping for advice. Doma, however, had no feelings and found it problematic that adults had sought wisdom from a child.
I ain't even
When
gonna
they
lie.
begged him to
I
guide them
want
to
some
paradise,
chicken right
he
now.
cried, believing paradise, gods, and Buddhas was all a fairy tale that never even existed. Confused by people wouldn't believe that they were all
Making
just
him
destined
what?
to die and rot, Doma believed that it was his duty to make these people happy. Doma then notices a
Look
5th slash
at,
on his hand and heals
Gojo's
himself of Shinobu's
girlfriend
poisoning,
status.
asking if she is okay now that she has started to breathe heavily.
Look at his
Shinobu
girlfriend
realizes the true strength of the upper ranks,
So,
noting
turns out I
Doma's
have,
resistance
like,
and the
5
inability of the
minutes
left.
poison to
Yo!
work on him. Doma notes
Extreme.
Shinobu's lungs must be destroyed,
Oh my
having taken a
fucking
blow
god!
of his
If you
blood
don't eat
demon
her, I
technique.
swear to God,
She
Because my little
realizes
brother
the
set a
fog of
timer,
his
but
frozen
then
blood is
turns out
hazardous
it was
if breathed
there was
in,
like
and
probably-
decided to use
yeah.
multiple blows to poison him
So I have
again,
5 minutes
using
with-
her
with
insect
you.
breathing dance of the
Okay.
dragonfly compound eye hexagon. Shinobu rushes forward and stabs Doma multiple
I
times.
swear to God, bro, eat
Doma
her.
states that he believes the
God
insect
damn.
Put up a
Hashira
good fight,
might be the fastest one,
especially for being
but
one
as
of
she
the
backs
weakest
away,
Hashira.
Shinobu bleeds profusely,
What did
realizing
you say,
she
Tanjiro?
herself
I
was
didn't
also
hear
hit
that. Can
in
you repeat?
return. Doma taunts
I'm
her,
gonna make Doma-
mentioning
Yeah, please
that
repeat
she
it.
could have easily cut off his head with her
Yeah,
immense speed,
yeah, repeat,
but can't
because I
due to her
didn't get to
small
hear.
frame. As blood
Just
falls on her
watch.
hands, she
My
remembers
dream
how
will
small
come
they
true.
actually
Watch.
are, remembering that she had never grown any taller in her childhood. She
Your
laments
dream
that she could have killed demons
for
the
our
usual way
beloved
if she
sister
had
to
grown
die?
more. Shinobu knows larger
Yeah.
hands
There-
and
there I
legs
am,
meant more
there I
muscle,
am, there
and
I
that it was a
am.
distinctive
Oh my God, it's
advantage.
another one.
She
Where's me?
recalls Kane was able to do so, despite
Well,
only being
I'm gonna
slightly
show up soon.
taller, and
There I
also
am.
with a
There I
dainty
am
and
again.
thin
There I am
frame.
again.
She
I gotta
remembers
watch her
Kane's
die.
last moments with her,
Oh my God.
telling her that she would
Body.
likely lose to
Clipped.
Doma. Kane's spirit suddenly appears before the injured Shinobu, telling her to stand. Shinobu believes that she can no longer, though, heavily bleeding and with her left lung shredded by Doma's sword, she can't breathe normally.
You know what? I'm gonna do
well.
cannibalism to you.
Kane
How about
declares it
that?
irrelevant and states that she will win with the right resolve to kill him, no matter the sacrifice, noting that she promised to her and Kano. Remembering their younger sister, Shinobu crouches down while Doma approaches her, noting the slash she gave her was only half-hearted, but it must be painful for her. Kane urges her younger sister to keep trying, causing her to stand, which shocks the upper moon. As she stares at Doma, Shinobu starts to cough up blood, prompting Doma to laugh that the blood in her lungs is causing her to do so. Resolving to end her pain, he tells her to give up, saying she is already beyond saving. Shinobu takes a stance and using her insect-breathing dance of the centipede, 100-legged zigzag, she speeds towards the upper-rank demon. Doma becomes shocked at this feat, noting the destroyed breach from the impact of her feet's force. Doma tries to slash her back, but it's just too slow, only managing
I can't wait till
to
this
hit
gets
her cape.
animated.
Shinobu
It's gonna look so
crouches down
gruesome,
and launches
and I'm gonna be
into
like,
the air,
hell yeah.
driving
Actually,
her sword through
it
Doma's
is
neck
animated.
and forcing his body into
Hold
the
on,
ceiling
hold on,
with
URL.
one final thrust.
I
Shinobu
found a very
remembers her
good YouTuber.
childhood, believing that happiness was an endless road throughout life. That belief, though, was shattered when a demon entered her home and killed both of her parents, leaving her and Kane orphaned. They were saved, however, by Gyome,
I'm
who
signing
quickly
the
defeated the
adoption
killer.
papers.
Shinobu realizes that her
I'm
happiness
giving
was
you to
forever
an adoption
destroyed
center.
by
I
the people's
cannot deal
word
with you.
and
Oh,
resolve
hell
to defeat
no.
demons
It'd
and
be
prevent
sweaty
other
in
people
there.
I found a
from
really
following
good
the same
for
fate as
animated
her.
this.
Shinobu and Kane promise to each other to both become demon slayers to do
Bro,
so.
I'm
The two
getting
believe
mad.
that despite their weak strength,
Fucking
stopping
eat
one
her.
demon could
Please.
save tens of people,
Bitch.
and stopping an upper rank could save hundreds.
Oh wait, no.
You know what?
This is the
Recalling the
part.
time when Tanjiro asked if she was angry, she states that she has been angry for a
Watch.
long time, remembering her parents' death,
watch.
her sisters, and those of all of her
Out of
successors.
character, I love.
She remembers
I love
Aoi,
Kane.
Sumi, Kyo, and Naho, and how their
Also
families
Kane,
Oh my
were
God,
killed
it's
in
me.
the
In my
sword.
opinion. Like,
She's incensed at her poison's
Man,
inability
nobody gives
to
a
hurt
fuck about
Doma.
your ass.
Her sword slips
They
from
all
Doma's
love
neck,
me.
causing her to fall.
It's my
Doma,
anime.
however, uses his ice to catch her and pulls
Finally!
Shinobu
Oh
into
my
a hug.
God.
The demon tearfully congratulates
Bitch, kill
her
yourself.
for making it thus far, while mocking her for being weak
Oh,
and less
what the
talented than Kane to
Yes.
her fury. Doma acknowledges her foolishness at trying to kill him despite all of the odds, and calls it the
Alright,
thing that
fucking
makes
eat her
humans
now.
so
Okay,
fleeting.
please.
As he decides she is finally worthy
Then
of
give
being
me the-
eaten
with
by
that
him,
avatar.
Doma asks
Then
her
give me
for
the
her
clip.
final words, in which Shinobu responds telling him to go to hell. Kanoa opens up the door of the cult room and looks
You're
up to
too
see
late.
Doma clutching Shinobu near the roof. As she watches, Doma breaks Shinobu's body
Throw up the
in his
gang
arms,
signs.
to
Come
Kanoa's
on,
horror,
Shinobu. I know
killing
you
her
can do
and
it.
causing her
Throw
sword
up
to
them
fall
gang
from her
signs right
hand.
now.
Kanoa desperately leaps upwards to use flower-breathing fourth form
Weave.
Crimson Hanagoromo, but misses when Doma escapes and lands onto the floor. The demon advises her not to attack him in the middle
You're
of absorbing
too slow.
someone, causing Kanoa to seethe with rage. Doma fails to taunt her,
Yeah.
and instead fondly recalls that Shinobu only had a short time with him due to his abilities, and decides that this night might be really
your
good,
bitch ass
having
up.
two gorgeous
Give me
meals
that
at
clip,
once,
bruh.
all while
Give me
licking
it.
Shinobu's hairpin.
Hold up, you guys.
Zenitsu
I know an
approaches a room
animation
and calls for
person.
the bean inside to come out.
Oh my God.
really good at
They only
Zenitsu.
respond that Zenitsu's beckoning is the improper address to a
I heard you
senior.
was
See,
touching my
Kaigaku
sister.
walks out
I
and taunts
basically
him for
adopted
being as dainty and as
the comic-
seedy as
the-
ever.
the whole
Zenitsu
comic
responds
book.
back, however, that as a demon,
I have a Zenitsu
Kaigaku is
child
no
and
longer
SPB
his
Halo out
senior.
of all of my children.
As Tanjiro and
Now,
Giyu continue
you're
through the
actually the first
castle,
good-
the former
good
nearly
one, 'cause
falls through an
you're my
open
sister,
floor,
first of all.
commenting that the building
And
is
then
seemingly
second
trying to
comment,
separate the
Soto's
two.
so,
While
yeah.
wondering how long
Hey,
Tamio
bruh,
can
move out my
withstand
way.
Muzan,
Bruh, move.
and
Is that
unsure
we
of their
technically
exact
part of
Why you
location,
getting in my
the
way?
Kasugai
Bruh,
Crow
move,
announces
move.
that Shinobu
Oh my
Kocho
God.
has
I
encountered
think so.
and was killed by the upper rank
Yeah.
too.
Move.
Yeah, she,
While Tanjiro holds back
Everyone
tears,
knows
Giyu
Coco.
notices that the crow has a
Everyone
piece
knows
of paper on its
Coco now.
head.
Brother,
In the new Demon
ugh.
Slayer's
Alright,
headquarters,
and
Karaya
pretty
Ubiyashiki
sure
has
that's all.
become
tongue
the new
away
head
before
of the
stuff to
go in it.
organization as
Pause.
the only remaining male, doing so at the age
Okay,
of only
now
8.
it's my little brother's
He is
turn.
supported
I'll
by
see
his
you inside
sisters
an hour,
Kunai
okay?
and Kanata.
Bye-bye.
Despite the deaths of his
Love
parents
you.
and 2 elder
Mwah.
sisters, he willingly
Bye.
hasn't
Love you
grieved them in
too.
order to
Bye.
focus on the mission. Kunai